If you like this video, click like. If you want to continue to follow our adventure, hit subscribe. Your support would be greatly appreciated. Hello, Lives on the Road subscribers and followers. Well, here's our Saturday walk with Rob, huh? I wanted to give you a little update on how we're doing with the cold. It's starting to get downright chilly now. It's cold. This morning it was 26 degrees. There's a stiff breeze, I don't know, 5 to 10 miles an hour. I'm not a meteorologist and I didn't look it up, but I don't know, that puts the wind chill, what, 15, 20 degrees? So it's cold. The way I monitor cold is how much my eyes tear up. And I've been crying all morning. Sent me a little post last night on Facebook. It says, it had Brian from Family Guy, you know, the dog on Family Guy. Somebody asked Brian, says, you want to go out and build a snowman? And he says, no, I want to be down in the sun, beach, and building sandcastles, or something like that. I thought it was funny. I replied back, I said, yeah, I want to punch the snowman in the face. She says, well, how would that feel? And I said, cold. Anyway, I digress. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's pretty chilly here. But that being said, the camper is doing an amazing job. People have had real concerns in the comments talking about the bunk-ins being so cold. And I wanted to clarify something. We have memory foam mattresses well, that's what we use. Carolyn sleeps on the bunk-in. I sleep on the table that lowers down into a bed. I sleep there. The memory foam is about, well, you know, the length of as thick as my hand is long. I don't know, it's 5 inches. So that is keeping the downside, the down portion of where you lay down, very warm. So the bunk-in underneath has not been a real issue at all. Carolyn's been quite comfortable. As far as the top part of the bunk-in, she put a blanket, hung a blanket on the ceiling of the bunk-in and down the sides. Gave an extra layer of insulation, I guess. And we're doing very well. We both have a down blanket. I have a down blanket, she has a down blanket, and a regular blanket. We fold those in half. That gives us 4 layers of blanket. So during the night, we're staying quite warm. Well, you get up in the morning, it's a little chilly, but then you make a pot of coffee. And so it warms the place back up. We're just using the ceramic heater, which it's keeping up. I would say when we woke up this morning, it was 55, 60 degrees in the camper. Like I said, it was 26 this morning with a good-sized breeze. So we're doing all right. You make that pot of coffee, and as long as you don't open the door, which is the biggest problem inside the camper, as soon as you open the door, you lose all the heat. And it's hard to get it to warm back up. The solution is very simple. Make a pot of coffee, or turn on the Mr. Heater Portable Buddy, which is propane. Warm it back up. And when you warm it back up, don't warm it up to where you're comfortable. Get it where you're almost sweating. And it takes a half hour to warm it back up to that point. Shut it off. And with the space heater running, the electric space heater running, it'll stay warm for another 3 or 4 hours, as long as you keep that door closed. And if it gets too cold again, just turn that heater back on for a few more minutes. And so that the propane, you're not using a lot of propane at all. What are you running, 3 hours a day? And the electric's already paid for, because we paid for the rent, $150. So I am actually surprised, and I know it's hard to imagine for folks to imagine what it's like to sleep in a pop-up camper in winter. Well, I was too. I really fought the idea of coming to Missouri. I really fought it. But here we are, we're doing really well. So it's not the end situation. I mean, this is actually very doable. I'm not telling anybody to go out and do it, but we have spent $0 on getting this thing where we can keep it warm. We haven't spent a dime other than buying that little space heater, which was a $10 space heater at Walmart. Little cheap thing. And I own the $150 rent. Don't give me the, but you know, that gets us water and a spot to stay. So, you know, electric, whatever that's going to cost. We're not paying for electric. That was included in the 150 bucks. So, this is a very doable idea. I recognize we're not in sub temperatures yet. But I think even if we just turned on the propane with the space heater on sub-zero temperatures, we would do all right. I really do. Also, I wanted to mention that our shower situation. The shower has been a real issue. You know, 50 degrees and it's downright cold in there. And I talked about how we've warmed it up with the hot water, on-demand hot water heater. Let it warm up, and it does okay. I mean, we're making it work, and but my mother gave us a heat lamp. You know, like those little heat lamps you see at McDonald's warming a hamburger. And I hung that up inside there. Now I was really hoping for, like, you know, the miracle solution, and it wasn't. But it was a big help. It kept your upper portion of your body very warm. And so then all you had to just kind of spray the water down on your legs, and that really made a huge difference. So that heat lamp was a big deal. So anyway, that's the update on how we're doing. So I just wanted to get everybody up to speed and tell my little silly joke about the Facebook post. So anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Click like if you like the video, and happy travels.